Today we're going to be taking a look at the best hitch options for your 2015 Ford Fusion. Up top here we're going to have a Curt, which is going to be a Class 2 hitch, and then right below that we're going to have a Draw-Tite, which is going to be a Class 1. So just looking at our hitches, you can see how differently they're designed. Now, the Curt is going to sit up behind our bumper, and all we're going to see is the receiver tube sticking out. Whereas with the Draw-Tite, that cross tube is going to be visible, sitting right below our bumper. Now, since the Curt is going to sit up behind the bumper, it is going to provide us with a little bit better ground clearance. Not by a whole lot, maybe about a ½ an inch or so, but with our Fusion already sitting so low to the ground, we can use as much as we can get when it comes to ground clearance. Now, the Draw-Tite receiver tube is going to stick out just a little bit more than our Curt does. They're both going to be behind our bumper, so we're not going to have to worry about hitting our leg when we're walking behind our Fusion. But the Draw-Tite is going to be out maybe about an inch farther, which when we're looking at folding accessories, that is going to come in handy to make sure that we have that adequate clearance between the accessory and we don't make contact with the bumper. When it comes to weight ratings, they are going to have a significant difference. Because our Draw-Tite is a Class 1 hitch, it's going to have a 200-pound tongue weight, which is the maximum downward force of the receiver tube, along with the 2,000-pound gross trailer weight rating. And that's the amount it can pull, including the trailer and everything we have loaded on it. Now, our Curt is going to bump up because it is a Class 2 hitch, so it's going to have 350 pounds of tongue weight along with 3,500 pounds of gross trailer weight rating. Now, you should always double check your Fusion's owner's manual and make sure you don't exceed the manufacturer's recommended weight. Now, one thing to note with the Curt, the manufacturer does recommend to use a stabilization strap anytime you're towing any non-trailer loads or any loads that aren't supported by tires like a bike rack or a cargo carrier. As far as the installation goes, both of our hitches are going to mount exactly the same. We're going to use some pre-existing holes in the frame, and we're just going to have to put some hardware in to mount it up. And there's also a panel underneath our vehicle that's in between our bumper and the muffler itself that'll have to be removed in order to get our hitches in. Now, since the Curt is going to sit up in the bumper, we're not going to be able to replace that panel because our hitch is going to be in the way. However, with the Draw-Tite, since it is going to sit right below our bumper, we do have the option to trim out a little bit of that panel and then put it back in. Now, for the similarities of our hitches, they're both going to offer us that 1¼ inch by 1¼ inch receiver tube opening, but as you can see, our Curt's going to have that nice reinforced collar, just adding to the finished look of it. And when it comes to mounting any of our accessories, it's going to be through the hitch pin hole here on the side, and both of our hitches are going to accept a ½ inch pin and clip. Now, if you need to pick up a pin and clip, you can pick one up here at Etrailer.com using part number PC2. And the safety chain connection points on both of our hitches are going to be a loop style, welded to the bottom of the receiver tube, and we're not going to have too much trouble getting most size hooks on or off because they are going to be rather thin loops and provide us plenty of room to get those hooks in place. So to sum everything up, if appearance is your main concern, I would definitely go with our Curt because it is going to sit up behind the bumper and all we're going to see is that receiver tube sticking out. Now, if clearance is a major concern of yours, it's really going to be a draw between the two. Our Curt's going to provide us better ground clearance, but our Draw-Tite is going to give us better clearance for those folding accessories to get in between our bumper. Now, as far as weight ratings go, the Curt definitely here is going to take it because of that increased tongue weight and gross trailer weight rating. If it were me looking for a hitch for my Fusion, I would definitely go with the Curt. I just like the overall looks of it and the fact that the cross tube is hidden and all I see is the receiver tube sticking out, and the added bonus of the fact that it has a higher weight rating, so I know it's going to be a lot stronger. And that'll finish up the look at the best hitch options for your Ford Fusion.